Hey everybody, so a well-known voice in the real estate industry has been quoted saying, "Success isn't sexy." And if there's anything that I've learned along this journey of investments, and especially Airbnbs, that statement couldn't be any more accurate. So today I've been tasked with explaining the unsexy side of real estate. So we're gonna go through the numbers and kind of tell you what you need to know before you start your Airbnb journey. So while the sexy part of short-term rentals is the design and really cool pictures and different things you get to do with the house, today we're going to be talking about the 4 steps that you really need to focus on before beginning your short-term rental journey. The number one thing that you should start looking at before starting your short-term rental business is restrictions. We're seeing a major trend across the United States, especially in metropolitan areas, of restrictions passed down by city councils or hotel lobbyists, whatever it may be, that limit the availability of land or zoning, whatever it might be, for short-term rental properties. The worst thing in the world is to start a short-term rental business, have all this money invested in either the down payment or furniture, whatever it may be, time, energy, resources, only to be shut down because you're not operating legally. So after looking at your local government restrictions on short-term rentals and establish that you can legally operate that business, the next step would be to look at the codes, covenants, and restrictions and possible deed restrictions of the property you've identified. The reason being, just because the codes, covenants, and restrictions in your HOA allows for long-term rentals, it doesn't necessarily translate to short-term rentals. Some of them specifically say that the rental length has to be 30 days or more. That would obviously not allow you to run a successful Airbnb business. So you want to make sure that you keep your neighbors happy and your local government happy. The second and very important step is to identify your audience for your short-term rental business. So if you remember at the beginning of this video, I said the phrase, "Success isn't sexy." Well, this is the exact step that I had in mind when I said that. Not every short-term rental is created equal. You have to identify, are you targeting more of a metropolitan market or more of a suburban market? And the needs of both of those markets vary drastically. But just because there's an opportunity in each of those markets doesn't mean that your target audience is the same. For metropolitan areas, you might be looking for more of, I would say, something that's destination oriented, right? Like a bachelorette party or a music festival or a large sporting event. Suburban markets might be somebody coming and visiting family from out of town. They might need a place to stay for a job relocation for a month or two. Family vacation spots, you're gonna have to look at activities for families, safety, remote experiences. You're gonna have to have a list of different things that somebody can do and how do they access emergency information. But it's important to identify exactly who your audience is so that you can set yourself up for success in your short-term rental business. So how do you identify your target market for your potential short-term rental business? First and foremost, I want to encourage you to take a look in the mirror and ask yourself, if I were coming to my town, what would I be coming here for? Would I be coming with family? Would I be coming as an individual? And then you can furnish and design your Airbnb accordingly. The second step would be to do market research online. Social media is a great resource and tool. Also, your neighborhood, your friends in your community, go on Facebook forums. I promise you, if you do enough digging, you can identify the true needs for a short-term rental business. So now that you've completed steps 1 and 2, the third thing that you need to do is identify your marketing strategy. Now it's important that this is your third step because without step number 2, this one's impossible. So now that you have identified your target market, your marketing can become laser focused and precise. I'll give you a for instance. Say you're in a suburban area and there's a couple of local wedding venues nearby. Your first step would be to go to those wedding venues and make sure that you are on their preferred vendors list. A lot of people coming in with families, they're looking for more of a house feel where they can cook meals together, celebrate together, and they'd much rather be in a setting like that than say a hotel room. Or let's say you're in a major metropolitan area that has a large culture of sports and music. You're gonna wanna make sure that you have access to all of those calendar dates so that you can do pinpoint targeted marketing, say geographically for sporting events. If a visiting team is coming to town, those people are gonna need a place to stay, and it might as well be your short-term rental property. So the next step in this process is the exciting part. It's where you get to find out exactly how much money that you're gonna make on your short-term rental investment. You can never do too much research, and there's a number of tools out there. You wanna be on the platforms for short-term rentals like Airbnb, VRBO, whatever it may be. See what people are posting for pictures, how many bedrooms, bathrooms, what kind of rate to expect. But the number one tool that I've found in doing market research is called airdna.co. That's AIRDNA.co. On this website, you can find information on occupancy rate, rates that people are getting due to seasonality, all the good stuff that's gonna set you up for success. All right, we've made it to the end of the video. Step number 4, and it might seem a little bit backwards to you, but step number 4 is when you identify your property. Now, why does that seem backwards? Because a lot of times we're visual people, right? We like to see a property and imagine, can we do a short-term rental there? Now, in a very hot real estate market like what we're experiencing now, properties are gone almost the minute they go to market. So why is it important we go through step 1 through 3 before we identify the property? Reason being, so that you feel confident and comfortable in making a move before that house is gone. So now that we're at the fun part of finding and identifying your property, the number one thing that I can suggest and even help you out with is finding a local real estate expert. Not just somebody who's licensed, but somebody who understands the local market on the micro level, who understands what it's taking to get a deal accepted and to know exactly what sellers are looking for. So if you're looking in Middle Tennessee, Casey and I or our team would love to assist you. But if you're looking in the rest of Tennessee, West, East, or the rest of the United States, we are connected with amazing, top-producing, knowledgeable real estate agents that we'd love to connect you with. After all, you deserve nothing less than a local expert to help you out with a very large investment.